A very good morning, Mark. Here, Wednesday, April the 29th, 7:49 a.m. Eastern, 11:49 a.m. GMT. US session about to get underway, and let's have a look how we shape up this morning. Uh, two bits of data releases, two data releases, should I say. They're definitely relevant, will have an effect on the market. We've got the Bank of Canada interest rate decision coming up shortly. Certainly have an effect on the Canadian dollar and the US, expected to keep rates on hold. But I think more important is the accompanying statement, and the same thing with the Fed, the US Fed FOMC meeting this afternoon. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And again, rates expected to be kept on hold, but certainly the accompanying statement will be very relevant and will have an effect, I believe, on the US dollar and the markets in general. Could well be Fed Chairman Powell's statement that gets the market moving today. Going into today's and the US session, US dollar index on the front foot, you can see the green candlestick. I've got support 98.40. I've got resistance 98.61. Relatively flat over the past few days, but uptrend still in place. We'll see if we get positive US dollar today and demand for US dollar buyers testing this 98.61 or looking higher, or if we get a turnaround from dollar strength to dollar weakness and sellers look down at this 98.40 support to push lower. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. We're looking at the futures market for now. Wall Street will open up only in about an hour and a half, and for now, very little activity and very tight. What is relevant is yesterday's bearish engulfing candlestick. We'll see whether that plays out. We see a continuation of the sell-off in the S&P, which we saw yesterday. I've got support 7,162. I've got resistance 7,189. Buyers will be looking to test break above that 7,200, where sellers will be looking to test the support level. Gold continuing with the sell-off in line with the inverse relationship, strong US dollar, which we are seeing and translates to weak gold. And that's exactly what we see. I've got resistance today, 4,616. And significantly, we have support at 4,546, below the 4,600 level, matching yesterday's support for now. We'll see whether that continues. If sellers test this support level and push higher and push lower, sorry, that could go hand in hand with strong US dollar. So we'll see the way the US dollar performs when the US session does get underway, and maybe even more, particularly after the Fed announcement at 2 p.m. Eastern today. But you can see downtrend in place, lower highs and lower lows, little demand for gold at this point. Going to Brent oil, and the uptrend continuing, a gentle uptrend, but higher highs and higher lows, now sitting at almost $108. So moved clearly higher than that $100, the pivotal $100 level, where optimism regarding a settlement in the Middle East crisis brought prices below the 100 and more closer to the 90 and the low $90 area. But as we've seen, a settlement looking far from a settlement being reached, Straits of Hormuz closed, and certainly pessimism is the feeling and the mood at the moment, and that's reflected in oil prices going higher, Strong push higher again today. Next level on the upside would be around the $110. We'll see how that plays out during the day. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Two strong sell-off days we had Monday and Tuesday. Bearish engulfing continued yesterday. Bitcoin fighting back today. I've got support at 76,000, 76.1. I've got resistance at 77.9. Buyers will look up to that 78 or try get higher, get back to testing that 80,000. If demand for Bitcoin continues and if buyers can add to what they've already started during the Asian European session, if we're going to get a turnaround, sellers will look to bounce down off this 78,000 area and look back down at the 76,000. For now, though, we are seeing although the downtrend is in place, buyers have stepped in, taken out yesterday's high, and looking to continue the push higher. Good trading. Keep that discipline, and I'll see you at the end of day.